is called the Seven Figures Club podcast. Titled at that is because 95% of business owners will never reach seven figures in annual income and revenue. Is providing tools, concepts, training, mindset, and professionals, email marketing to investing in real estate, to understanding the different mindsets that it takes to succeed.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here with Leo Cannell, the CEO of Seven Figures Funding. Hey, Leo, how's it going?
Great to be here. Excited to have a good conversation.
Likewise. I love what you're doing. Tell us what you do and the value that you create for your clients.
Absolutely. So I'm the founder of Seven Figures Funding, and we've been fortunate to help thousands of small business owners and startups secure creative financing to be able to launch or grow their business. And so what we've done is create a marketplace of options, everything from a business line of credit, SBA Express loans, short-term loans, commercial real estate equipment, and 0% interest business card stacking. And with all these programs, the client can apply. There's no impact to their credit and look at all their options. They're in the driver's seat to decide what works best. And that's who we love to serve. We love to serve that small business owner, get financing in their hands so they can grow and create the products and services that improve our lives.
I love that. And it's a great alternative to venture financing, which is often a typical path for founders to go down that path, which can be quite a distraction to their business. Tell me a little bit about how you started the company and the origin story. People love hearing origin stories about how you took a company from 0 to 1.
Yeah. Great question. Well, first, touching a little bit on venture capital, the truth of the matter is less than 1% of businesses out there will ever qualify or secure any type of venture capital. And maybe less than 5% of new businesses will ever secure any type of SBA financing to get off the ground. And so that leaves the other 95% really scrambling and trying to figure out what the options are. The local bank is going to decline them. They want collateral and multiple years of profitable business tax returns. And those are, most of the guidelines with SBA. And so that's been our focus is stepping into that niche. There's 25 million small businesses that need that type of help that don't get much assistance. So we love, serving in that niche. So for the past decade, I've been in the business finance sector. I started a previous company several years ago that grew fast in the business finance space. We went from 0 to 50 employees in about 18 months and grew really fast. And as I brought in additional partners, we didn't have the right foundation. I failed to establish the right values and principles of the company. And, those people that I brought on as partners too quickly ended up not being the leaders, the right people, on the bus, so to speak. And so even though I started that business in my kitchen, I eventually had to leave with six figures of debt and start over again and do it right. Again, started with one employee out of my house in August of 2018, so just over 4 years ago. And since then, we have done it with the right foundation, values, and principles. Within 6 months, we were having six-figure revenue marks. From 2020 to 2021, where a lot of businesses were struggling, we saw over year growth of 100%. And I think what's made the difference is this time we have gotten the right people on the bus. We do, my two partners and I have the right values and principles. Everybody knows what they are. They're on our wall. We follow through. We keep our word. We focus on how we can create the best finance experience for the client. And what sets us apart from the other competition is how we educate and empower the client. We don't just get them a loan and send them on their way, but we explain why this might be the best option for them, how they need to make sure they have a proof of concept before they take that money, invest it, and try to grow their business, and then educate them on credit and finance. Because even still in 2022, my oldest son just finished his first year of college at the university, and they still don't have much information and education in terms of credit, finance, and money management. And so that's something that we take as part of our mission is how can we educate and empower that client, get them the money they need to grow the business, but put them in a better situation than when we found them.
So interesting. I love that. And financial literacy is a real problem, just generally with people, let alone people who are starting a company. So let's double click on that and drill down into, let's say I'm a prospect. I come to you and I say, I've got a business. I'm looking for growth money. Tell me a little bit about how you help me get ready for that, and what are some things that I need to consider?
Yeah, great question. So, there's a lot of misinformation out there online, and it makes it difficult for people to know what's actually true and what's not true. And so, the truth of the matter is, until you're doing over $50 million a year as a business owner, have really strong, established corporate credit with, a business experience, Equifax business, and even Dun & Bradstreet still plays a part in that, then it's going to be very difficult to get financing for your business without having good personal credit as a business owner. That's what every funding source lender is going to look at is, what does your personal credit look like? If you haven't done a good job of managing that, it's pretty tough for me to trust you in a higher risk, situation going from a consumer to a business owner that you're going to be able to pay the loan, line of credit, 0% interest business credit card back. And so that's the kind of the starting point. The client is going to get a free credit snapshot where they stand credit wise. We're going to look at everything that the business has. Where are the strengths, right? What do we have? Sales coming through the business bank account. How do we take care of the business bank account? Do we put it in the negative? Do we manage a decent average daily balance? That's the second thing after credit. If you're brand new pre-revenue, do you still have verifiable personal income? Don't quit your day job until you've actually built the business up. That day job is going to be important to get some financing, maybe a 5-year no collateral loan you can use to get the business growing. And then in terms of your personal financial situation, do you have a bunch of high interest credit cards you've used to get to this point, to get the business where it's at? Maybe we can educate on moving some of those over to the business and, getting a loan to pay some of those revolving accounts down. That's going to raise your credit score 50 to 100 points. And so really kind of just doing a full synopsis diagnostic of where you're at. Here are your options, and here are maybe 2 or 3 steps that we need to take to improve your credit or position your business to look stronger financially so you can actually secure the money you need. And then at the end of the day, it's just sometimes you just don't know, right? You don't know what the best loan is. And that's why we've, built this marketplace of options to guarantee you the best results possible. As an example, we have a veteran who started a bike shop in Colorado, and one of our employees was buying a bike from him in Colorado and asked him how things are going. He said, well, really good. I'm looking to open a second location, but the bank's giving me the runaround. They're not going to approve me to get the financing I need. And in 2 days, we just knew the right place to go. He had a $190,000 business line of credit. We got him another $100,000 in business credit cards with a 0% interest rate up to 18 months. Now he's going to open a third location. And so that's what we're looking to do, right? Get you the best option possible so that you can grow your business, because there's so many different things out there. You just don't know what the best option is. And I always kind of, compare it to, well, if you were accused of a crime and you could go to jail, you could try to figure out yourself, or maybe you're going to hire the best legal advocate. I know that's what I would do. And that's what we consider ourselves to be, the funding advocate, to represent you and make sure we're getting you the best option for you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And sourcing the solutions that are available to you is quite a navigational challenge. So especially when you're running a business. So having an advisor who really knows the landscape and can help you navigate that is, could see that being a real accelerator and strategic move. Is the discovery part that you have with your clients is sort of, I view this as a discovery and optimize your financial baseline. Is that a paid engagement that you do with your clients, or is that you work with them on a consulting basis as a means to an end to help them get that funding? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, great question. So we don't have any upfront fees. The only way we make money is by actually securing a loan line of credit or some type of financing for the business owner. So in essence, we are doing consulting for free until we actually secure them the funding and financing. And if it's a loan, we're going to present them the best options, and they still are not obligated to select those until, they find an option that works for them. So yeah, there is no upfront cost or consulting cost, only performance success fees for actually getting you the money.
That's fantastic. So your interests are aligned at the beginning, and their success is your success. I like that a lot. And then, so let's say that I take out this $100,000 loan at 0% interest for 18 months. What is the success fee, or tell me a little bit about the business model at that point?
Yeah, great question. So if the business owner is established, they've got business bank statements showing deposits over the last 6 months, they might have a business tax return showing some revenue and proof of concept that they do, we've got plenty of funding sources that will pay us direct, some kind of consulting. Basically like when you get a mortgage, the lender pays a back end fee to the broker for bringing that. So we're set up with lenders that have a model like that. But if you're very small and you don't have a lot of revenues and whatnot, then it's really, there's two ways you're qualifying. There's qualifying for 0% interest business credit cards based on credit, or 5-year personal loans based on verifiable personal income. In that type of situation, we've got a 5 to 9% funding success fee that comes out of the money we get the client, just like closing costs in a mortgage. And so in the example of $100,000, there's going to be a 5% success fee that will come out of the $100,000. In that example, it is tax deductible. And we do also have corporate credit platforms that we give out for free to teach you how to build the business's credit score, manage your personal credit. A lot of times we'll help them move, $15,000 to $25,000 in high interest personal credit card debt they used to start the business over to these much cheaper accounts, and they'll save more money than they actually pay in funding success fees.
That makes a lot of sense. That's really smart. I like that a lot. And it sort of creates this, why wouldn't I do this kind of effect. Tell me a little bit, I'm going to switch gears a little bit to your CMO hat. Tell me a little bit about how you're growing the company and how you've grown the company to date.
Yeah, great question. So there's an old concept made popular by Chet Holmes, the late great Chet Holmes, Tony Robbins' business partner before he passed away. And it's called the Dream 100. And what the concept says is, instead of you going out and spending fortunes sponsoring events or doing online marketing, which we've done both, why not team up with your best referral partner, strategic partner who already has your clients, and build a relationship with them where you can serve their clients that benefits them. And so we work with thousands of business coaches, consultants, accountants, even business bankers whose clients need access to financing so that they can work with that consultant so they can grow their business. And so the majority, over 90% of our business, is generated from these referral partner relationships that we've went out and established, a win-win, so that they can help their client can grow. And so that's where the majority of our business comes from, is those strategic partner relationships through that Dream 100 concept.
Love that. And I love that you have your own podcast as well. Talk a little bit about your podcast and the YouTube videos that you create.
Yeah. So the podcast we started is called the 7 Figures Club Podcast. The reason we titled it that is because 95% of business owners will never reach 7 figures in annual income and revenue. And so everything that we share on that podcast is providing tools, concepts, training, mindset, and professionals in different industries, from email marketing to investing in real estate, to understanding the different mindsets that it takes to succeed as a business owner, how to lead, how to manage your finances, how to deal with taxes, how to create a business with a profit first concept, and instead of never knowing where you're at with your cash flow and profitability. And so with that podcast, we also have turned into a great opportunity to work with different consultants, coaches, trainers, accountants, and those who provide and already serve business owners. And so it's been a great place for them to be able to come on, talk to our audience of small business owners, side hustlers, and startups, connect with them, have a call to action to enter their world and their environment. And then at the end of it, talk to them. Would it help if you had financing options to provide your clients? And so it's been, again, a good win-win scenario for our guests, for our listeners, for our audience, to be able to provide a platform for strategic partners that we work with, and then at the same time educate and empower our audience to have an opportunity to get into that seven figures club.
Very cool. And I love that you're creating this marketplace of ideas with leaders who are already doing it, so that people who are aspiring to get there can learn from the masters. It's essentially what we do here, and it's why we're interviewing you right here. It's fantastic. Tell me, as a content marketing company, we always appreciate people who are doing a great job at content marketing. What value has content marketing added to your company?
So you never know what piece of content is really going to take off, but where we're seeing the most traction right now is definitely on YouTube and LinkedIn. So with LinkedIn, we've got daily posts going out within a community, and sometimes we'll have dozens of reposts and shares and comments and anywhere from 1,000 to as much as 500,000 views on one post on LinkedIn. And it's interesting, only about 3% of LinkedIn users actually post. So there's a real gap there in content on LinkedIn. And so it's a great opportunity if you can provide something valuable to the audience, that they're going to be able to take advantage, and all of a sudden you might have 100,000 eyeballs on a post. And if you provide value in the first 2/3 of the post, and then maybe in the last third there's some sort of call to action in the comments section, and that can be a really great way to build your business. And so we generated a lot of organic referral partners and clients that way through LinkedIn. And then with YouTube, again, it's just interesting. All of a sudden you'll have a video that gets 200,000 organic views because YouTube puts it on the homepage, and you never know which one of those videos is going to go viral. But the more content you create, the better opportunity you have, and then it starts to become a really big asset when someone is looking to work with you, and then the first thing they do is go to YouTube and watch some of your videos, and then they really feel like they get to know you. And then I still will get on the phone here and there with clients and strategic partners, even though we've got 30 members on our team here, and they kind of treat you like a celebrity because you've got these great thought leader, educational videos that have really helped them on the topics that right? And so for us, it's credit, it's finance, it's what lenders want, it's how to save money, it's how to find the best financing options, it's how to position your business to be able to get the best loan into the future. And then bringing success stories of clients on. We had a client who literally saved $17,000 a month in cash flow because we put him in a better finance option. He had a big 10-inch beard down to here, and people loved that video, and it got hundreds of thousands of views. And so that's kind of what it's about. I mean, if we to spend to get 200,000 views, I think we'd have to spend like $30,000 at least or more on YouTube. And so to get those free views by creating good content is huge. And then it's also a big deal when you're looking to team up with a strategic partner, and then they feel much more confident when they can go through and look at that content as well.
Love that. You're speaking my language. It's fantastic. So Leo, I guess my last question here is, a year from now, what would you like to be celebrating, both either professionally or personally?
So for us, a year from now, I'd like to be celebrating 25,000 paying members on our My Figures app. For years, we've had clients ask us, I'm tired of logging into 20 websites each week to manage my bank accounts, my loans, my credit cards, personal business, my investments, my real estate. Boy, it'd be nice if there was one place where I could kind of see all that and get a snapshot of my net worth and real-time transaction history, and kind of get a sense of where the cash flow is in the business without having to, log into so many different accounts, get an idea of where my personal credit is at, my business credit. So we sort of took these requests over the last few years and started to put it together into a money management app at myfigures.com, and it's been just awesome to be able to provide that, because now when our funding manager's on the phone with a client, they're asking that question. Well, great. Well, we've got the answer for you right here. It's it's $9 a month. It's $97 a year. Basically $8 a month if you want to sign up for the annual membership, and now you can have all those things in one place. When you look at additional funding options, you'll get a notification from the app. And so that's definitely forefront for us. And the sooner as a business owner you can create some sort of proprietary software technology, that's definitely one of the keys, I think, to building value in your business. And so that's what we'll be looking forward to.
Very exciting. I love it. I love the direction of that. I'm going to download the MyFigures app and try it out myself. So the MyFigures app is at myfigures.com, and
It is.
Leo at 7figures.com. Go check them out.
Got it.
Leo, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Okay, really appreciate being a guest.